Hi everyone, it's Luca from Tree Horizon. Today we're going to be going through a tutorial of how we decided to, or the options that we took to fell this burnt out tree. This is on an advanced felling course in Victoria, Australia. The course was run by TAFE Gippsland. My instructor was Russell Barter. And just showing you here the state of the tree. As you can see, it's burnt out from the ground all the way up the trunk, all the way to the canopy, and it's a hazard for the people that are going to be doing the back burning in this area, so we're going to be removing it. As you can see, it goes all the way up to the sky. It's pretty impressive that it's still alive, actually. I actually really love the tree for that fact. So it wasn't unfortunate. Alright, so you can see we've got a chainsaw and we've got a axe to hammer the wedges in if we need to. It's nice and charred up for us, so always makes sharpening a lot of fun. You can't really see on that angle, but the tree's on quite a lean. So we're just scarfing it in the direction of lean in this video. So we're starting with a scarf. A lot of people will call it a notch or a face cut. I was taught to call it a scarf, so I call it a scarf cut. But it's basically the wedge that you'll see most people cut out of the front, and you want to put this wedge in the direction that you're falling the tree. So considering that this tree has the center burnt out of it, we're going to treat it as if it's whole. So if you imagine that the whole interior was still there, we're going to cut out the scarf as we would any other tree, really. Now, if you had a chainsaw with a longer bar, then you might be able to do this whole thing in one go. We're obviously using a smaller saw with a shorter bar, so we'll have to cut this piece out on its own, and then we'll cut the next section out separately as well. And then that way we'll have one entire face cut or notch cut. Cool. Tidy that side up. Double check with Russ, see if he's happy with it. And yeah, so if you imagine that whole center bit was still there, we'd be finishing this off on the other side, as you'll see us do. It's probably a good thing to clear everything out of your way before you start cutting. And most of it was cleared by the loader, which you can see all the understories cut away just to make it a bit easier for us. You could say that you could just push this over with a machine. They've put it aside for us so that we can practice felling these trees. Not that it would necessarily be safe to just push it over anyway. Probably would, depending on what type of machine you have. So here we're trying to match up the two cuts so that both sides close and meet at the same time to avoid any chance of twisting. So I think we were pretty happy with that. And now it's about trying to figure out which part of the tree is safest to cut next. So which piece of holding wood can we remove first? And I guess a good example would be if you've ever played Jenga, you're removing all the easy pieces first, all the safe ones that aren't going to affect the structure as much. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to cut away the piece of timber that's holding, that's going to least impact the tree. And that just means that we can get rid of everything that's not critical, and then the part that's probably the strongest, we cut that last, and that just makes the whole process safer for us because we've got control of the tree the whole time. So we're going to leave ourselves a bit of hinge wood or holding wood, which you can see there, we've done. Now, so that first side was, we had holding wood the whole way up to the scarf, or the whole way up to the notch cut. Whereas here we've got a bit of a gap, as you can see there in the tree. So we're boring into the tree, doing a plunge cut. Generally the protocol is to cut backwards first and then cut forward if you're doing a bore cut back release. But in this case, we were cutting forward just to see how it would react. Because as you can see, there's that gap there. And we want to just try and leave as much holding wood on the back side, just because you're not sure how it's going, whether it's going to hold or not. But yeah, this tree just did not want to die. And it's probably, well, it's one of my favorite trees. Cool, so we've left ourselves a bit of hinge on that one as well. And now we're slowly cutting the rest of it. So really all that's left is that back quarter. Russell's happy with it. Just cleaning it out. Keep going all the way back. So now we'll do the back cut, just release the whole thing. So cut all the way through. It's still standing. As you can see, it's crossed over. The two cuts have crossed over. Probably the issue where I went wrong was maybe just leaving too much of a gap between the two cuts. But honestly, we thought this thing would have gone over straight away. But yeah, it's just holding on. So it looked like we thought that there was a little bit of holding wood there. So we tried giving it a cut to see if that was it, but as you can see here, it wasn't what was holding it up. So I might go to the live audio and we can have a listen as to what was actually going on there.
holding it up?
The will to live.
Got a strong will.
Oh, there's a crack. Maybe if I even just a wedge in there might do it.
Might have to. You wouldn't think that'd be holding up there, would you?
Wants to live.
You're a cruel man.
We were so confident that this thing was going over that we didn't even have the wedges with us. So had to quickly duck over and pick them up off the stump, bring it back, and we'll go back to the live audio.
Probably doesn't help that I've scarfed it down either.
Held that up. Fuck off! You seen the line it was on?
Wasn't much left, was there?
Cool, so that's the end of the tutorial. If you enjoyed the video and you want to learn more about tree felling or tree climbing, I've got a community called ARB School on school.com. We've got forums, we've got Q&A calls. So looking to build the community is quite a new group. But yeah, there's plenty to learn there. We'll put some courses up for you as well. It's free to join up and be a part of it, so jump on board. Thanks for watching.